Hello there beauties, your girl Euniycemari here, and we are back for a part 2 on the cheeks, and today we are going to be talking about cream blush, okay? If you didn't see part 1 or cheek 101 on powder blush, you probably want to watch that one first because I talk about how you should consider your face shape. I talked about your face shape, your skin type, and colors for your skin tone. So if you want to, hear about more of that, you might want to go ahead and check out the first part of this video, and I will leave a link here as well as somewhere down below. But today we're going to be talking about cream blush, and the blush that I'm going to be using is the NYX natural blush. It looks like this. Now this is one of my favorite cream blushes. It's a very natural looking blush and I love it. So when it comes to cream blush, what are some tips that I can give you guys? When it comes to cream blush, I think the most hardest part for people is the application and trying to get it to blend. There are many methods of putting on cream blush. People use their fingers, they use brushes, they use sponges. In my case, I use a sponge to apply cream blushes. That's just my preference, but once again, like I always tell you guys, do your research, play around with different techniques to figure out what works for you. Personally, for me, using a sponge works out fine. When it comes to applying cream blush, you want to, as I say, I have my own method where I never apply my blush directly on the apples of my cheek. I apply it slightly behind. And you want to take your sponge, or I take my sponge, and using like the thinner part of the sponge. Oh, and by the way, you can get these from any drugstore or beauty supply or makeup store. They carry them just about everywhere. I got mine from Target. It was a pack. I think they were like $1.99, $2.99. And they have latex and latex free ones. So you can go ahead and choose if you want to get latex or latex free. So I'm just going to take this and I just take it and slide it into the product. Let's see. Now I kind of like to put quite a bit on there. I think about that much is fine, you guys can see. And I take it, slightly smile, and I dab it, okay? So I dab it on the skin. Now, as you guys can probably see, let me zoom in a little bit. There is a lot focused in one area, so I want to blend that out. So I'm going to take, let's say, the opposite side, this side of the sponge, and I'm going to use that side to blend out this area. So you guys can see I blended it out pretty well. Now let's say, I want a little bit more color. So I'm just going to go on with that same part as before. And I'm going to press a little bit harder and apply that directly to one area. And then I'm going to take the opposite side like I did before, and I'm going to blend that out. And as you guys can see, that's what it looks like. It's pretty, to me, it's still a little bit too much. So I'm going to turn the sponge over and I'm going to continue to blend it out. And the thing about, hold on. And there you go. And the thing about cream blush, you guys, is all about blending because you want there to be a natural flow. You want your, like anything else, like your eyeshadows or your lipsticks or whatnot, you always want them to be nice and blended. So you just apply a little bit at a time and continuously blend it out. So now that I feel like, all right, hey, I got it to where I want it to be, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. I'm not going to add any more to the sponge because I think I have enough on there. I'm just going to take that, press it into this one spot, flip it over, start to blend it out. Add some more, just a little bit. Blend it out. And there you go. Now, the good thing about blush is that, I mean, cream blush, of course, cream blush, is that you can build up that intensity. So I just want a light flush of a really natural pink on the cheeks. I don't want nothing that's too in your face, because especially with this color, it's called natural. So it's supposed to give you that light flush of pink on the cheeks. And I really think this is a very pretty spring color as well. So to zoom in for you guys, just so you guys can see, is a really light flush of pink on the cheeks. Nothing too dramatic or nothing too out there. And that is exactly what I want. And you can build it up and everything. Now, because I have oily skin, I don't like to build a lot of my cream products on. I like to put as little as possible. And you could go in maybe, I don't know if they have a blush the same color and powder as the natural. This one is something I need to look into. But you can also probably take, like, if they have the same color or find a color that's close to your cream, take a powder blush and just lightly dust that on top of a cream blush to kind of like set it in. Or you can use a translucent powder as well. But usually I don't. I usually leave it like this and you just get a natural flow of color. So, like, once again, like I'm saying this many times in my videos, because you guys need to know that you have to experiment with products and your techniques to figure out what works for you. But with cream blushes, to me, it's that simple. Just, you got to do little by little. Find out if a brush works for you. Find out if a sponge works for you. Or find out if your fingers work for you. And just play with those techniques. And little by little, I would say, just adding little by little, blending it out until you get it to where you feel like you want it and where it looks most natural. So, yes, hopefully that was beneficial to you guys. And you guys are getting the hang of the blush game. If you guys have any comments, questions, anything, leave them down below. And yeah, make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I will see you guys in a later video. Bye.